Just a word or two about religious ceremonies going forward in churches throughout the Archdiocese of Dublin. All parishes have received guidelines and norms about what to do and what not to do. So I'm going to read a very short series of norms that Archbishop Dermot Martin has asked us to observe beginning tomorrow as the government requests. All non-essential pastoral gatherings and meetings, such as formation gatherings, retreats and seminars, are cancelled. All confirmations are postponed until further notice. Every Catholic is entitled to a dignified Christian burial. Attendance at funeral services and masses should be limited to close relatives and must not exceed 100 attendees within the church building. Similarly, church weddings and baptisms may be celebrated on condition that the attendance in church does not exceed 100 people. In these difficult and uncertain times, people find strength, consolation, and hope in prayer. Churches should remain open for prayer each day. In the current emergency situation, all are dispensed from the obligation to physically attend Sunday Mass. Parishes should inform parishioners of the local possibilities to participate in Mass via local radio and online. It may be possible for some parishes to facilitate attendance at Mass while still observing the health authorities' limit of 100 people. This is an occasion for all of us, especially in families, to pray more intensely for each other and especially for those who have succumbed to the illness. We should pray also for those in the front lines, especially doctors, nurses, and medical staff and other carers, including clergy, that the Lord will protect them as they place their own well-being at risk in the service of all. So, if you boil it down, it means effectively don't come to Mass on Sunday. We have to keep the congregations below 100 if we are to continue. So the message really is, don't come to Mass on Sunday, but follow the ceremonies in this church on the internet. And if you can find your way to our website, gardnerstreetparish.ie, that's Gardiner stparish.ie, and click on the button webcam. All of the Masses here are broadcast, both the sound and the vision. You just have to click the play button on the screen that comes up, and then it should work. Sometimes you may need advice on the volume and tuning in, but this is on the World Wide Web, on the internet, and it can be accessed on laptops or computers, or even sometimes on smartphones. So what we're saying is, in the diocese, to keep Masses below the 100, and we're 172 this evening, to keep Mass below the 100 level. The best thing is probably to stay away from Sunday Mass for the time being, and to follow on the web, or indeed if you're in range and have a receiver, on the parish radio. So as you can imagine, these are difficult times, and it's a challenge, and coming together to pray is the most obvious thing when these things happen, but even that could expose each other to this virus. And the bishops and Archbishop Dermot Martin is asking us to comply with this request. So briefly, masses, funerals, weddings and baptisms may go ahead as long as the congregation is below 100, and confirmations have been postponed. So on that difficult, challenging note, I would still like to thank you for honouring and celebrating this novena over the last 9 days. It's been a wonderful occasion, an occasion for us all to pray, guided by great preaching and celebration and music. And on your behalf, I would like to thank all of our celebrants and our preacher, especially Father Jake Martin, Father Gerry O'Hanlon, and Father Brian Lennon, for bringing us such creative and inspiring moments. Thank you very much. So this is the end of a memorable Novena 2020. We wish you all health and well-being, and thank you and pray for you over the next few weeks. God bless.